What's up, guys, and welcome back to the Honda DreamLab, the channel where dreams are imagined. I'm Utel, your DreamLab host for everybody who's new here, and we are back live for another episode of Dream It Yourself. Now, Dream It Yourself is our series where we give a up-and-coming rising creator 100 minutes to complete a unique crafting challenge. We've had all type of people from the fashion DIY world, but today we're doing things a little bit different. We have someone who's major, huge figure in the custom keyboard world. He's a Twitch partner, we love that. And he commissions one-of-one custom builds for mechanical keyboards to anybody who seeks out his talent and his services. Yes, I'm talking about none other than Lightning Keyboards, AKA Diego.
Utel, nice to meet you. Thank you so much for bringing me out here.
How you feeling today, man?
You know, a little nervous, very excited. Just very ready here to kind of, show what I do, and just here to talk about, keyboards and maybe talk about, other things. But just very excited to be here.
So without further ado, we're gonna figure out what our theme is for today. So let's roll that. Let's figure it out. Hotkeys. Okay. Hotkeys is the theme for today. Diego, how you feeling about that?
Hotkeys. Well, first thing I thought about was Hot Wheels, maybe, cars. Get it?
Wheels.
And then
Right.
there's keys. So, I mean, maybe something that's right up my alley, like keyboard related, maybe.
Let's roll that. Let's see what we're gonna build today here on the stream. Ooh, the question marks, they got me on the edge of my seat. A keyboard. I mean, what better guy than to get Lightning Keyboards?
I couldn't have guessed.
100 minutes have been added to the timer. And Diego, without further ado, you can take us away, man.
All right, just gonna take a look first. So I do see that there's a keyboard there. I think that's still unbuilt, so I guess we're gonna check that out.
Yeah,
right?
let's go see what that's talking about.
To kind of show you guys.
Yeah, give him a good look at that.
Ooh.
I like
Did you have guessed? This is the keyboard case. So typically in a keyboard kit, well, first of all, let me kind of explain, like these keyboards are often manufactured in smaller quantities, especially in our community, because they're made in different layouts, different sizes, right? And so in this case, this is called a 65% layout, which is, you see this big keyboard over here, that's what, like 100%.
100, right.
And so this is like a decent bit smaller. So this is a 65% layout. We have the PCB, this is the printed circuit board. This is kind of like the brains of the keyboard, so anytime you press a key, this will send the electrical signal over to your computer, and you get the letters or whatever you want to use it for. And then we have our switch plate. So this is the one that will hold the switches.
It's a logo that you may be familiar with.
It does have a little Type R logo there.
Type R logo.
Yeah. All right. So
Grace
here on the screen, you can see this is called a configurator. This is called the VIA configurator. It's basically the way to program our keyboards. So actually, you can change what every key does. Like you can change it whatever you want. So the stabilizers are a mechanism to ensure that the key is basically going down at the same time all throughout, all across the length, really. I think for most keyboard builders, this is the part where, like looping the stabilizers here, I'm basically like brushing this grease into each of the parts, basically any parts that make contact, right? A lot of people joke like, oh, this is like the peak keyboard builder content because this is the part where it just takes long.
Yeah, it just takes like very tedious. Right now, Diego, we're gonna have a pit stop.
Okay.
So we're gonna pull over really quick.
All right.
And if you guys just now tuning in, we're going to have a pit stop, which means we're gonna have a pause in the action, in the creating, in the building. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna ask Diego a question. And if he gets it correct, he gets some bonus. If he gets it wrong, we're gonna have to penalize him, and I would hate to do that. The first question is, the QWERTY layout, QWERTY, invented by Christopher Scholes, made its debut in which year?
I figure if typewriters are pretty old, they're like over 100 years old now.
Right.
So it's very likely that the QWERTY layout in this case was done at the oldest year here in the option. So I'm gonna go with 1874.
1874 is his final answer. Let's reveal the correct answer. Is 1874. That is correct. Congrats to you on that one. Woo. So with that, we are going to add an extra 5 minutes to the timer. We're gonna give Diego an acceleration boost. What was some advice you would give to somebody who's just starting in the keyboard building space?
For anybody who's new to keyboards in general, I think the first thing that you should know is there's an option for everyone. Like it's customizable, so there's something for you out there. And to find it requires you to try things and to be open-minded towards that. And so that's a good way to start, I think. I mean, obviously, if that's not accessible to you, you might be in a part of the world where that's not common or anything like that. There is an internet community, like an online community out there that can help.
We're gonna have another pit stop. We've been rolling along, we've been driving along. What country is typically known for having the shortest space key?
Japan has a lot of characters to type on, and they use this small space bar.
They need the space for all the extra characters in the language.
Pretty much, and they have to switch between things because they use like kanji and katakana and hiragana and all these things. So, Japan uses the JIS layout, which is like the Japan International Standard, I think, or something like that.
Okay.
But that one should have the shortest space key. Yeah.
That's his final answer? Let's reveal it. That's correct. That's correct. Let's give my boy an acceleration boost.
I can't stop it with the whole nerdy answer.
No,
thing.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
All right, so then we put our plate. This is the switch plate over here. Place it right on top.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna be grabbing these switches. So these are already modified from what I can tell. And so we're gonna take some of these out and place them, not quite strategically, but in a way it is. It's just to kind of hold the plate up. And so,
This is just so you can make sure it's held in place.
yeah, that's right.
Got it.
So we got some of these keycaps, Series 1 caps. Let's open them up.
Ooh, show that to the camera. Show that to the camera. Show that to the camera. I like that. So we're gonna throw the keycaps on now.
Yeah, we're just going to throw the keycaps on because we just want to make sure that our stabilizers are nicely tuned and without rattle. So that's a nice stabilizer because as you can see, whenever I press it anywhere on the key, it goes down evenly,
Right.
and the sound itself doesn't have like this kind of, there's no erratic or weird kind of sound coming off from the...
You got another pit stop, Diego. Yeah, I like that. I like that you just drop it. I like that he knows you just drop everything. Let's get right to it. As of today, how many generations of Civic Type Rs have there been?
Oh my...
You wanted a car question. You wanted a car question. This is the Honda DreamLab.
I'm a New Yorker, so I don't have a car.
Yeah, he's an East Coast guy, even though he spent all that time with the DMV.
Oh boy. I'm gonna go with, I think maybe it's 5.
Let's see what the correct answer is.
Oh.
The answer is C, 6.
Close enough.
You were close. You were close. You were close. We're gonna pump the brakes really quick, and we're gonna slow down. I got these big old gloves right here, and we're gonna have Diego continue the build with these gloves. I would say for how long should I force him to do that, guys? 5 minutes of continuing the build with these big gloves on.
Okay. Well, this is probably the easiest type of soldering, called through-hole soldering. It's basically a through-hole just means that there's these little pins, metallic pins that go through holes in the PCB.
Through-hole, pretty self-explanatory.
Pretty self-explanatory. This is just for safety.
Somebody said at least he won't burn himself with the iron now.
That's true.
That's true. He has the thick gloves. See, look, I helped him out a little bit. I want to see you actually in your bag so we can remove the gloves now. It's been 5 minutes.
All right. Oh, great.
I want to see you actually get to enjoy a part that you actually enjoy. Very therapeutic. I feel like this is a very therapeutic part as well. What's something you love the most, like, about creating builds? You kind of said all different things, but
when I do a good job and people use the keyboard that I built for them and they tell me hey, man, you did a great job, this is really nice, thank you so much, or this has been the best I've tried so far, or something like that.
Right.
It's very heartwarming,
satisfying.
Satisfying in that sense. And so the next part is I would put it into a board, but I actually want to test that it works.
Yes, definitely got to test that it works for sure.
Yeah.
Make sure it's functional.
We have our cable here. Same thing, but now you can actually press on these switches, right?
Yeah.
So they light up. So that means that there's a good connection, good solder. So that's what the case looks like. It's a nice gray. I think Model K calls it the Titan gray colorway. And we have these sick engravings. Yeah, so we're gonna just place those over here, and actually they have to go on both sides. But this is the part that, it's relaxing and fun sometimes, you know? It is tedious nonetheless, right? Like this can also be the bane of your existence. If you're like a builder and you're doing this, you know, do this dozens of times.
Yeah.
You're like, again?
Yeah, you're like, man, I gotta do this part again.
Now this part here,
What's next?
I think I'm gonna just plug this in here. Attached. So I'm just going to now close it up.
This is, yeah, these are the money shots. I love this aspect of it too. People love to see the clicking and the typing.
Yeah. All right, so let's Type R connector.
You want to show it off too? To the
Yeah,
camera?
let's do it.
Yeah, show that thing off to the camera, Diego.
We have our
Detail that for them.
Honda logo here, the bug, very nice. We have our Type R logo over there. I really like this shift key, which has the gear change. And then we have the back here,
Ooh.
where we have this aluminum back. So I do have one more little thing.
Okay. What do we got? What do we got?
I did see something around here. Let me see where oh, here it is. Oh, so
What you got there?
we got some cool little got some
Okay,
these
got some stickers. You always gotta,
decals.
you gotta give some decals. You gotta always customize it. Top right always just feels like it looks cooler than top left because your eyes go like left to right. They kind of just.
All right, try to do the best of the job possible to make it look nice.
Yeah, that looks clean. That looks it looks like.
That looks
honestly,
legit. That looks legit.
This guy is professional.
The red, because there's the red right next to
The
it.
red on red.
Yeah.
Playboy Cardi would be proud. Listen, Diego just made DreamLab history too. I feel like he was the first person to finish the Dream It Yourself with this much time left too. Right there. To use tweezers. He already got it. He eyeballed it. He's good. This has been another episode of Dream It Yourself, courtesy of the Honda DreamLab, the channel where dreams are imagined. Make sure you guys tap in with us at twitch.tv/Honda DreamLab. Tap in with Lightning Keyboards. I'm your host, Utel Wallace, and we're out of here, man. Peace.
Thank you guys.